Hi everyone, welcome to episode 43 of A Fern Between Us.
We are two of the four owners of E43 Winery. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Michelle. Welcome to the birthday episode for Mr. Jesse Padberg.
Guys, I'm going to be too old now. This is not, we're going to have to change our marketing from young and exciting or hip or whatever to like partially crippled. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh man.
45 years old. That's going to be bad.
Yeah.
2 days from now. It's not today, so I feel fine, obviously.
Yeah, and those of you tracking along with us, so I am only drinking on special occasions because of medication that I'm taking, so you guys joining us is a special occasion and I get to have a glass of wine, so I'm very excited. It's been a long time. And today we are actually drinking a Zweigelt from Austria. And let me check in with our production assistant, Denali Day. Can you see that fairly well in the camera?
No way.
No, not really.
Something like that.
That's better.
All right.
Anyway.
So we're going to get to some details on Zweigelt and why we're drinking it today, but let's do a little check-in.
Yeah.
How has your week been? What's new? What are you going to do to celebrate your birthday?
Working on all kinds of stuff, I guess. I don't know. I've been back. I've been running. I'm going lighter on the booze as well. So this is a treat for me as well. Trying to be a supportive, or whatever.
I appreciate it.
It's mostly so I can lose some of my panza. I'm not... it doesn't come off as easy as it did before, so...
Yeah, now that we're old people. Yeah, definitely. I haven't been drinking at all. I've barely been eating because of this medication, and I'm not losing any weight, so that's not cool.
Oh, that sucks.
Right?
That sucks.
Well,
but work's good. I had a good time this week. Lots of paperwork still. They're punishing me for being gone for so long, and that's about it, But it's good. I taking care of business is fun.
well, and getting some of these projects back on track, that's exciting. And part of that is you just ordered Zweigelt vines.
Oh, yeah. That's why we're drinking this today. Zweigelt. So when we were in Eastern Europe a couple years ago, last year I should say, 2.5 years ago,
that memory's going.
Yeah, some of the old. So part of our reason for going over there was to research, because they have such similar growing regions over there. And Zweigelt and Blaufränkisch were kind of like two of the mainstay reds that they have over there. And so I just ordered vines for spring of 2022. We'll be planting them in our vineyard, in our 1725 vineyard. So that's kind of exciting. So we thought we'd open a bottle of this and see what it tastes like again and remember it. And it made really good reds, but tell you the truth, my favorites were the rosés.
Just incredible. This amazing, vibrant color, and the hue that it leaves in the glass is this electric purple. It is unlike anything else, and I love the flavor components on it too.
Yeah.
A little bit about Zweigelt. So it is all throughout Eastern Europe. So Slovakia, Hungary, Czech Republic make some really great versions of it, and then Austria, of course, they're just killing it. So they really have done some amazing wines with this grape. The parents are the Blaufränkisch and the Saint Laurent. And Blaufränkisch is considered the Pinot Noir of the East, so Central Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting thing. Yeah. And Saint Laurent is often compared to Pinot Noir in style. So that's interesting because, what do you think when you taste this? This is not anything like...
Yeah, I don't get a Pinot Noirness at all about it. maybe it has a little bit of like cool kind of funky under flavors.
Yeah.
To me it seems like it as a red it'll do really well if it's blended a little bit with something. It's missing a little bit of like mid palate. I don't know, slightly to me, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's why it makes, in my opinion, a better rosé than it does just a straight red. But the red is also really interesting. It's different.
I like how different and weird it is.
Exactly.
I really appreciate finding these quirky grapes, and how many competitions did I do while I was over there?
You did
4?
4, yeah.
4 while I was there.
4, and then you went back for Germany, so 5 in that several month period of time.
Oh yeah, but the amount of Zweigelds that I got to taste at these competitions was really incredible, because of course where a competition is located, you get more entries from the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
So even though they're international and you have samples from all over, you're going to have a bulk of whatever's happening in that region. So it was really incredible, and I grew to really be a big fan.
You know what I'm
that's
getting
really
a little bit on here?
About blending it though. Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of like back end kind of like it's gonna sound disgusting to most people, but like kind of a compost.
Oh.
Do you get that?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, a little bit.
which I really like, and that would be kind of Pinot Noirish in a weird way.
Yeah.
And it is a slightly lighter red. You know, it's a kind of a medium body red. It's definitely not on your bold end or anything, but
yeah, I like the kind of a fig, dried blueberry, kind of even some strawberry.
I was gonna say actually.
Really tasty, really delicious, and I'm really excited to have you guys planting it. That's going to be really fun to play with.
It's going to be fun.
Do you think that you'd plant a little bit of the Petit Verdot that you guys grow in that vineyard as well? I mean, that would certainly give it some grounding.
You mean blend it with?
Yeah, I'm sorry, what did I say?
You said plant.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll play around with all the blends, of course.
Yeah.
We always try everything that we make in a given vintage is game to blend with anything else. We're not trying to only go with Grenache, Syrah, and Morvet and any combination thereof. The Syrah can be with anything, and the Grenache can be with anything. So whatever we're using, we'll try it against everything, and maybe, and it depends on its expression here in New Mexico too.
Right, of course, it could turn out a little different.
What do you got?
Karen's really getting handsy. And I'm trying to like sit here and I'm like, well, I think
touching my face. She's touching my face.
Stop flirting, Karen. I think we are ready to move on to questions. You guys had some really great questions, and so let's learn about Jesse Petberg.
Aww.
Yeah. All right. So to start with. What is the story behind the facial hair? So, it's morphed over time, but traditionally you've always had this little piece here.
All right,
how
guys.
did it get started, and what's the story?
Yeah, it came to my attention early on. I'm gonna let you in on on one of the things I'm most insecure about, or I don't know what you call it, but one of the deficiencies. One of my deficiencies is that my head is a total round, just round, and so I've always had to like try to pull it this way, up and down, to make it seem kind of more like this. So in college back then, goatees were big, so I always wore a goatee. And then at some point that became dated, or it was turning that. So then it became just like either this or a whole line, or sometimes just the lower part, not the upper part. And then I don't know. And then the beard, and that kind of stuck for a long time. And then
I like it.
And then the beard thing started happening, and and I've always done some amount of scruff, all the way back in college and stuff like that, like probably most guys did or whatever. But then the beard thing happened, I've been stuck in that hole for whatever 4 years now or something, and then
I like the scruff and growing it out a little bit, but the full big beard that you did for a while, that was a little intense.
I don't know. I mean, there's only a few people that look truly good with a full beard. Most of us, it just isn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying being clean again. But cleaning that up, I noticed a massive double chin that I was hiding under the beard. So that's part of my urgency to lose a lot of weight right now. So I'm gonna try to drop 15 at least here and get back to like
all right.
what I'm supposed to be.
Well, that sounds good. We've got a lot of questions,
Okay,
so I'm going to
okay.
clip through these and
Sorry.
kind of hurry you along.
Yeah.
Why a Spanish lit major?
I knew I would use Spanish in my life, and I didn't know what else I would use, so I went down the Spanish road.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that about you. What is your favorite memory of growing up in Dixon?
Ooh.
Small community, rural.
Honestly, riding bikes all over. We would go to the dips, we'd go to the store, we'd buy candy. It was our little source of freedom, and it was our hangout. And we got into a little bit of trouble here and there. It was fun.
No.
No, really. I swear.
And
we went off some sweet jumps.
Napoleon Dynamite. So you've traveled a lot. What has been your favorite place that you've been to? This is a 3-parter.
Okay.
What are some of your best travel tips? And where do you still want to go? So taking part 1, what's been your favorite place so far?
Single favorite place. God, I'm going to have to go with a few of them. Italy's amazing, of course. It's the best place on earth. Colombia is my favorite recent place that I've traveled by far. It's just immaculate and green. I love green. God, I love green. And then Cuba, me and my brother went back in 2000 or something, or 99, and it was just so striking and beautiful, and that's why we're going to go back hopefully this coming year. Travel tips. Just do it. Wherever you're thinking about going, go, and you're gonna find all kinds of interesting stuff that you never thought you'd know. And to me, it's about the food. These days, it's about the food. So,
Another thing is that I think because we've traveled so much recently in the last few years is don't be afraid that you're not going to have what you need, because most places have what you need. So if you forget it, that's okay. And to err on packing light, because I think that's something that I used to really be concerned and try to pack everything I could possibly think I might need. And then have the stuff you don't use, and you're weighed down by it. And let's face it, I like to shop where I go.
It's not like if you're going to the middle of Mongolia, on horseback or something, you're not going to find what you need. But
Bring salt.
it's not like camping or something where you're out and you can't. If you didn't bring it, you're out. Every place has some version of what you're looking for sure. So anyway, what was the third part of that?
And the third part is, where do you still want to go?
There's a bunch of adventures I want to take. Like I want to climb Kilimanjaro. I want to spend a lot of time scuba diving someday. I want
hopefully when we go to Cuba.
Maybe when we go to Cuba, we're thinking. Brazil and the Amazon. I want to go to the jungles, and I can never. They're not very accessible. So I've tried a bunch of times and I've been to a few. But I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I want jungle, and definitely want Brazil bad. So, I don't know.
Yeah. And so moving on to our next question. What do you do when you aren't winemaking? What are some of your hobbies, interests, pastimes?
Loving cooking these days.
Yes.
I really want to get better and more efficient at it, because it takes me all day to do anything. I like running and mountain biking, and traditionally I like skiing. Like I like a lot of these, some of the outdoorsy sports things, and
And hunting.
hunting. I've been hunting lately, but that's kind of for food and for adventure. Never mind, but outdoorsness. I like outdoor stuff.
And crossword puzzles.
And crossword puzzles. That just passes the time, though. I'd rather not.
Well, it's a pastime.
It is.
That's literally what it is. All right. So, why did you want to start a business in Dixon? And one of the things about this question, I think it's kind of hilarious in the second part, and our daughter Denali thinks it's a horrible question. But the second part is, how do I get my kids to want to settle down back at home? So we have no idea on that second part.
Right.
We're trying to scheme, but
what do I like about Dixon? That was the first part?
No, why did you decide to start a business in Dixon?
Oh, I just love it here. I like Dixon. It's I like northern New Mexico. I feel like it's got good flair and flavor. I love the food here. I think I'd miss it too much, the food specifically, if I moved away from northern New Mexico. That doesn't mean I had to be in Dixon, but I like the small town. I like I like being living in the same place I've always been, and that's somehow you have deep roots, and I like that.
That's such a great winemaking analogy. I like it.
Yeah.
I also, if you haven't been to Dixon, it is so charming. So a lot of people think rural in the middle of nowhere and have no idea why you would start a business in the middle of nowhere, but it's really, really quaint.
This is an ag community too, so not big ag, but there's a bunch of little people into doing growing things and farming, blah blah blah. So it's got a good New Mexico flavor while still being somewhat progressive and not it's got a good mix of people who work together. And lots of quarrels, so you got tons of
entertainment,
tons of gossip to take care of you, to entertain you.
Absolutely. So Boulder is known for being a party campus. What is your craziest memory from being there?
Right. Yeah, right. There's no way. I could tell you about my friends, what they did.
Uh-oh. Guilty by association, right?
Okay, I could tell you about people I heard about and what they did.
Or videos that you saw of yourself doing things because maybe you didn't remember.
I did not remember all the things. There are many of the things I did over there. Well, I don't know. It was it was your typical nightmare college student kind of stuff.
The idea of your parents paying really high tuition for you to party.
Right, 21 shots on your 21st birthday. You also needed to get 21 kisses that night.
Hey.
We achieved both.
Oh no.
+1 or 2 for good luck.
All right, we're moving on past that one. All right, next question. If you had a completely different career, what would it be?
Viking, for sure. Plundering, fishing when you couldn't plunder.
Alright, something that's not made up. We're talking about 2021. You decide you're going to do something totally, totally different. What would it be?
Oh,
and don't tell me it'd be like a dragon.
Jeez. Were I to do everything over and do it a different way, not in business for myself, I would be a scientist. I would be a lab scientist, maybe very some cool. Kind of chemistry, biology, maybe some kind of work off the boat kind of biologist or something deal,
marine
biology.
I could totally see that.
Something in the science field, I think that's what interested me then and interests me now. Mm-hmm. The reason I didn't major in science originally was just out of laziness. I mean, those degrees require more than I was willing to give back in college, and you start on them in high school and stuff like that. So
right.
I just didn't go there.
Yeah, I can see that though. You love the ocean, love science.
Yeah, I'm a nerd at heart.
I love that. All right, and our final question for you is: how did you and Michelle meet? And how did you know that she was the one?
The one.
I liked this question.
First of all, I don't believe in the one.
Great, that was really romantic, and that's our show.
No, let's see, we were a part of the same extended friend group in high school. We dated each other's friends, of course. We maybe had a brief moment or two then, and then we knew each other in college as well. But it wasn't until after college we both came back here to Taos, and I don't know. I saw her one evening at a friend's party, and and the rest is history. I did a full court press at that point, and that was about the only thing. We were both had significant others. It was not the right timing, and I wasn't having it. I just said, well, who cares? We got to do this.
Yeah, it always seemed like it wasn't quite the right timing, but there was always a spark there, and so he proposed the first night that we were at the same dinner party, and
we don't call that our official proposal because it
No.
took another year and a half before I actually proposed
I
with a ring. And
I
all
didn't
that.
believe him.
But I
either.
did say, this is how it's gonna go, and she's like, yeah, right, Jesse, you're not getting into my pants tonight.
I did say that.
And she slept with all her clothes on that whole night. Serious, true story.
Hey, I know he's slick, so I had to protect myself.
And I pretended I didn't care at all that she slept in all her clothes, so that was good.
But yeah, it's his brand of crazy is my brand of crazy, so it really it sparked something, and
It made sense, and
yeah,
here we are. And then since then, it was when was that? 2000. That was 99. No, that was 2000. That was in 2000. So we are 21 years later.
That's a long time,
I
baby.
know, and we've been married 17 of those. 17
Cheers. Well, that was super fun. Thank you, everybody, for sending in your questions.
thanks
That
for your
was
questions.
awesome. And we've been really holding down COVID safe, staying in the house, not going out. We're trying to be as careful as possible, especially with my health issues. So we are venturing out to do a very, very safe birthday celebration at Martyrs. So
Yeah, Martyrs.
they have their patio open. They have social distancing. We have a reservation.
Saturday for my birthday.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to leaving the house. We'll let you know how that goes. And before we finish up, don't forget, if you buy a bottle, you plant a tree.
Yay!
And you were just talking about some of those numbers with Eden Reforestation Projects. Our page on our website should be live, I believe, right?
Right.
So it's a really fantastic group, and our donation for January is coming up.
Yeah, I think it looks like we're gonna plant over 2,000 trees. So for the month of January. So
Thank you, thank you, everybody that bought a bottle so that we can do this.
Yep.
Awesome. And so next week is actually a show that's going to be on my birthday. So
she's getting older too.
it sucks. And
but at least she's not aging like I am.
oh, I don't know. I have the old lady disease. But what we're gonna do is the same kind of thing. Jesse's going to interview me, so send in any questions, and Denali Day and Jesse Pedberg will be coming up with what they decide to ask me. So that should be interesting.
Yay!
Yay!
This is gonna be awesome. Yeah, let's give her the worst ones, guys.
Oh, come on.
Whatever you think of, all the dirty secrets.
Oh, thank you guys so much for joining us. I am loving having a glass of wine with all of you.
Cheers.
Cheers, and we'll see you next week.